Hello everyone, I'm Pedro, I'm a senior product content specialist here at GetResponse and I'll be your guide. In this video, I will help you connect your e-commerce store with GetResponse so that you can manage your business from a single place. You will learn how to automatically send order confirmations, abandoned cart emails, and how to use promo codes. At the end of the video, you will even find some of our own pro tips. Let's now get started. Right now, we are at the dashboard and let's see how we can integrate with Shopify. This integration is very quick to do and it's also a seamless experience as you will simply click one button and everything will be done for you and you'll have access to a ton of tools. Let's simply go to Tools on the top left, Integrations and API, and here you'll find Shopify. Just to clarify that this video will have Shopify as its focus, although you can do the same with PrestaShop and Magento too. So everything that I will mention, you can do with these other platforms as well. Let's now click to connect Shopify, and here you will need the store URL. So this is the one that ends in .myshopify.com. Once you paste that, simply click Connect Shopify. You will then be taken directly to the Shopify platform, and here is where you will simply click to give access to GetResponse's app to connect with your Shopify store. And we will simply click here, and now we were redirected to GetResponse once again. And here's the important part now. For this integration to work at its full capacity, you need to select Send Full Ecommerce Data. It means that we will receive all the data from Shopify that we need to then perform these actions over here. So we recommend that you go with this so that we have everything necessary for you to use GetResponse to its full capacity. The other two options here are self-explanatory. You can go through them, well, import contacts only or import products only. Once again, recommend going Send Full Ecommerce Data so that you take full advantage. You can then configure how often you want to update the data in GetResponse. We also recommend that as soon as data is updated in Shopify, it should be updated in GetResponse as well. How to import contacts. So here you will select one of your lists, and then you have more options here. Well, it's self-explanatory pretty much. You should be only importing contacts that you have consent to send marketing information. You can, of course, upload everyone. Just make sure you don't contact the ones that didn't give you any consent. And then, well, you can configure here as well how you want to do it. Only add new, update existing, and add and update existing. How to import the products. Here you will also see import existing order history, so we recommend that, so that then you will see in the contact card their purchase history. And well, once you configure this, you simply click Next, and here is where your contacts will appear, and you have all the fields. Right now, you only see here the green check on the email address because it's the only thing I have for my contacts. But when you have more things, you can always configure the field here, and you will see you'll be able to match them exactly. One point here that I want to bring your attention to is you need to know exactly how many contacts you have in Shopify so that you do not surpass your limit in GetResponse. Because surpassing your list limit in GetResponse means that you'll be charged an extra fee. We call it the list extension fee. We don't want that to happen, as you should not be paying for something you were not even looking forward to. So make sure that you can import these contacts and that you will not be over the list before you click this button. And well, once you are sure that you are within the limits or you are fine going over the limits, simply click to import. And well, as simple as that, Shopify Shop is already integrated with GetResponse. As you can see, we can define it as a one-click integration. You don't have to do much here. You just do a simple configuration, and then everything is configured for you. And I will go through and show everything that you have now in your account. Let's now go back to the dashboard. And as you may notice already, our shop is right here. Let's now quickly check the integration once again, as I want to mention something very important to you. So let's go back to integrations and API, click on Shopify, and here you will see something new, which is called Web Connect snippet. So let me explain what Web Connect is. So Web Connect is simply a code that will be automatically placed in your Shopify website, and this code will allow you to display pop-ups, track purchases, visited URL in automation, as well as abandoned carts, and it will be used as well for web push notifications. So by having this enabled, the code will already be automatically placed in your Shopify store, well, in the Shopify platform as well. If you're using WordPress, the situation here will be different. You will have to add the code, which I will explain later on in this video. So if you want to disable or enable this code, you have to go here and click to enable or disable. In my case, it was enabled by default because I've done this before, but since you might have never done it, you might need to enable, or you will see it as one of the steps when you're trying to integrate. So let's now see how it looks like. All right, so this is what appears when you try to edit your theme in Shopify. And as you can see, Web Connect is right here. You simply have to click here to either deactivate or to activate the Web Connect. We have it activated, and I recommend that you leave it as it is, as you will certainly need this one. Let's now head back to GetResponse. And we will go to Dashboard. As I had mentioned, when you integrate your Shopify store with GetResponse, you gain access to a range of tools that you'll be able to use for your e-commerce needs. And well, the first thing here to notice, and that I already mentioned, is the store widget here. And you can see at a glance how much your store is generating in revenue. And let's now see one of the other tools that will be very important for you. So let's go to Tools, E-commerce Tools. And notice here that my store is now here. It's this first one. If I click on it, the products were also imported, and you can see everything here. And your orders as well. So everything that was ordered and everything that happened, you will be able to see here. And well, now let's jump to quick transactional emails, which is what I want to bring to your attention right now. So what are quick transactional emails? These are simply order confirmation emails and abandoned cart emails. Order confirmation, well, when someone purchases something, there will be an automated message that will go out to this person mentioning, oh, we have received your order. So this is very assuring for someone who's on the other side. As a customer, you want to know when you pay that the order is on the way or it was accepted, right? It's a very good way to let the people know. On the other hand, you have abandoned cart emails. So this one will help you increase your revenue, as many people abandon their carts and then they forget about them. So by having an automated email that will remind them that they left something in their cart, maybe now they are in a condition where they will purchase. And you can pair these abandoned carts with a promo code, which can be very powerful. So in terms of creation, the process here, it will be the same for both, but I will show you the abandoned cart as it is the one with more options. So let's go to the email editor. And here, let me just call abandoned cart email. And the only difference from the order confirmation is that here you set a delay. So there is an option here for you to set a delay. When will this email be sent to the person who abandoned their cart? So after 12 hours that they have abandoned, they then would receive this email. Here you select the from and reply to email address. If you're already familiar with GetResponse, you will already know what this means exactly. Subject line, you will simply use something generic here, as for example, looks like you left something behind, and you can even add an emoji here, something like that. And you can, of course, complement that with some preview text. But what I want to drag your attention here is the editor. You can choose one of the pre-made templates here that are already optimized for conversion, and then you will see the difference between how it is to edit this message in GetResponse and how it is to edit in Shopify. And I will show it to you. So here you have the template. You don't need to make any changes here. Of course, you can always adapt to your own scenario. And something that I want to mention here is that if someone leaves a cart behind, they might be incentivized by you simply adding a promo code to your abandoned cart message. So perhaps you will want to add something here. And of course, you can change everything here. And what I will show you later on, and that I'm just exemplifying right now, when we see promo codes after this, you will see that this promo code that I have right here was imported from Shopify. So I did not create this in GetResponse, but I can do that. And it will work both ways. And I'll show you right after. So let's say then that you will send a promo code to people who abandon their cart. And this is how it will be. So the products will be, these are just placeholders, and the products left behind, they will be placed here. And you can select to have them like this, for example. This is just an example, but what is important here is that you don't need any code. So this is a zero code option, and everything that you will add, it will be just like I've added the promo code. It is drag and drop, as easy as that. And then you will simply click next. Once you are happy with everything here, you'll simply click to save and activate. You will then see this message right here, and this is simply mentioning that the automated messages from Shopify will be disabled. You simply have to click to activate, and then your quick transactional email in GetResponse will be ready. And here it is, activated. Before we jump into Shopify, something to mention here quickly is that in order to edit this message, you have to deactivate the message itself. So it will appear like in here, you will choose to deactivate, and then you can edit the message. And now let's see how this kind of message looks in Shopify. Now let's go to Shopify here. I'm already in this page here, but let me go back. So this is the main page of Shopify. You would go to settings here at the bottom, and then you will access notifications. You will see them here, and well, to find the abandoned cart or any other message, let's see, even order confirmation, this is how it looks like. And you would have to code to edit everything here, which is a bit of a pickle, let's be honest. And well, in GetResponse, drag and drop, no code. It will simply save you a lot of time, and you'll be able to personalize your messages. And well, let's now go back. Now back at GetResponse, let's see what I mentioned before about promo codes. They are simply here, and let's click on them. As you can see here, my promo code from Shopify was connected already, and you saw that I could use that in the quick transactional email. And well, we can do the opposite here. So we can create a code in GetResponse. So you can just call it, let's say, free shipping code, and we will call it free 50. Just an example. So this is what will appear in the editor when you drag the code, just to make sure that you understand that part. And well, then you have here, if you want to sync with your Shopify store, or if you don't, then you pick one of the options here. We can simply pick free shipping, no requirements, and you can, if this is seasonal or something that has a limited time, you can set here starting date and end date. And then you can limit for how many times people can use this code, right? Let's say 1, and it will be from 15th till next week, for example. That's just an example for you to see, and then I will show you that it will appear in Shopify itself. It's already created, and once we refresh, it will appear. Exactly. So there it is, and now let's see in Shopify. We are back in the Shopify platform, and let's go to discounts. And well, there you see free shipping. So this one was created in GetResponse, and this one was created in Shopify itself. And now let's see one of the use cases of promo codes. There are many, as I showed you already, one with quick transactional emails. And what I want to do, and that everyone should have, is a welcome email. So you would go to Tools, Autoresponders, and here is where we will create one. So before we do, let me explain that autoresponder is an automated message that is triggered by a subscription. So basically someone subscribes to your newsletter and we want to welcome them with a promo code. So I subscribe today and right now I would receive a message with a promo code that might be what you need for them to then convert into customers. Welcome to GetResponse, just an example. And this is what matters here, autoresponder settings. So on day 0 means the same day as subscription and same time as sign up. It means that subscribing right now you will then receive the message right now. Day 1 and same time as subscription. So let's imagine it is 5 p.m. And this means that if I subscribe today at 5 p.m., the message will come tomorrow at 5 p.m. And so on as you go with the days. We will choose day 0 here, same time as sign up. You can of course set a delay or set a specific time. We will leave it same time as sign up, and we want it to be able to be sent every day of the week. And well, let's just see. Let me show something to you here on the subject line, is that you can personalize that. So we can do first name here and then welcome aboard. And what this will do is, well, this will replace by the name of the person. So this field here is dynamic, and if my name is Pedro, then it will be Pedro, welcome aboard. And now let's go to design and content. And something important here is that we keep updating these templates. Every month we add new templates here, and you will have always one example with a promo code. As you can see, there is one here, and there are many templates. And I will go with this one here as it's one that I really like, and then I can show to you that it's a perfect example. So, hey, first name, so hey Pedro, thank you for signing up. And here is where you will just write, let's say we have 50% off, just an example, and the promo code, then you will, this is just the block, the promo code block, and you will choose yours here. So I want the 50% off, so it will be this one right here. And well, you can edit everything here about the promo code. You can make this sticker, well, everything that you can imagine. And once again, let me mention that this is a drag and drop editor. You won't need to use any code. Also, if you just click on any block, you will see the settings on the right of this particular block. If it is a text block, you will see settings at the top as well, how to change everything here. Something important here is that how do you want the personalization? Let me show it to you. So you will just go to this little icon here and you will choose first name. There are many things that you can use in personalization. This is just the easiest example to understand and most likely the one that you will use the most. And well, let's say that we are ready with our autoresponder. So we click next and then you can of course test the message, and what we will do here is to simply save and publish. If there's someone already in the autoresponder cycle, which is unlikely if you never had an autoresponder, but in my case, as I do, you would see something like this. And if you want to send this person back in the cycle, so meaning that this message that we just configured would be sent to this person, just click to send it. Otherwise, you can click no. I'll click to send. And well, now you have an autoresponder configured, and this means that the welcome message will be sent to your subscribers with a promo code, which can turn them into customers, which is what we all want. And well, promo codes are a great way for you to reward loyal customers and also to recover these ones that are a bit harder. For example, the ones that abandon the cart. So you know how to use them, and now there's another use case for them as well, which is through forms and pop-ups, which is our next thing that we will cover in this video. Pop-ups are extremely easy to create and to install, and if you have Web Connect enabled, it will be even easier, as you don't even have to think about installing the pop-up. It will already be on your website in Shopify. And well, you can use pop-ups to promote an event, to promote some ongoing sale. You can use it to gain subscribers and also to gather feedback. And well, let's see one of the options here. We will, here when you click to create, you will see pop-up embedded in a page. So if it is embedded in a page, it won't be a pop-up anymore. It's just on the page, and as any form that you place on your website, you would just place a little code there and the form will be embedded on the page. For this scenario, we want to show you pop-ups. And well, let's choose this one here and then next. As you can see here, we have many templates and they are also organized by goal. So you can get feedback, get more followers, stay connected, get more sales, simply grow your email list. And well, for this scenario, I want to show you how we can, for example, gather more emails. And let's say that I want this one over here. You can preview, of course. And if you are happy with it, then let's just use the template. And before we jump right into it, let me just say that there are two things here to consider. So you have the main content, which is this window here, and then you have the thank you message, meaning that, well, this will show once someone fills their email address right here. And now let's see what we can do. So you have the settings here on the right, and you can choose how you want this pop-up to be displayed on your page. If you want a slide-in box, a pop-up box, so it will display right in the middle here, full screen, or if you want a little bar. We will go just with a normal pop-up here, just in the middle. And as you can see, I tested and things get a little bit out of proportion, and you can just go back using these arrows here. So I will go with the original here, and you can change the position as you see fit, size, and well, everything that, let's call this some sort of global design of the pop-up itself. And then if you click on any block, similarly to the email editor, you will have the options of this block here on the right. And also, if you want to add any element, you can, for example, add your social media icons right here. And you can choose if you want this to do like a follow action or a share action. And you can also change the style of the blocks if you would like. And well, let's say that we are happy with this pop-up. So we will click next. And here's the important part. So this is when and how and for who this pop-up will be displayed. And as a trigger, so what will trigger this pop-up to be shown? We can choose here after n seconds, so you can choose let visitors spend some time on your page first, and after 10 seconds, this pop-up would show. After scrolling, so if they scroll 25% of the page, then the pop-up will show. On exit, so if they try to exit your page, the pop-up will show, and we will try this one, or you have inactivity. You can, of course, choose more than one. For this scenario, we will go with only exit intent. Let's click save. And as for the timing, you can, if you are running a promotion in a specific date, you can then select a start date and an end date right here. For this scenario as well, I will simply display immediately so that we can test it live. And frequency, display again once every X days or N days like we see here. So every 5 days, this pop-up would display for someone. And I will have it, I will just disable this right now. And then you have, if it should stop displaying to visitors who close the pop-up, signed up. Well, we want to stop it showing for someone who actually clicked on a button or signed up. And then you have always displayed again to visitors, even if they haven't, even if they have seen it. Well, you will be able to optimize that, and then audience. We will choose all here, just for testing purposes, but you can choose only new, and then on a particular device as well. And also if you are only targeting a specific country, for example, let's say that you want a pop-up to show that you are offering free shipping for all the sales in US. So you don't want to show this pop-up to people in Portugal, for example. So here you would select a country that you want the pop-up to show. Then click Save, and then Next. The first thing to note here is that you can change the name of your pop-up. So let's say sign up form, and we will call it main page so that we know exactly where it is. And then you have page URL, and our entire website is this one over here. This is our URL from Shopify, and you can add more websites. It's not limited to only one. If you want it to be on a specific page, then you would select that the URL would be, for example, this/blog. So this pop-up will then only be displayed in the blog page. And well, once you are happy with that, you then go to the bottom and you see a code here. Well, if you are using Shopify and Web Connect already, you don't need to worry about this code, as it will already be there, and I will show you in a second that it will be displayed. But if you are using WordPress, for example, let me show you how you can place this code quickly. So let's just copy, go to WordPress. So this is just an example, and you would have to go to Appearance, Theme File Editor, and here on the right, you would have to find Theme Header, and then we need to find the head of the page. So here is the head, and here is the end of the head. And as you can see, I already have a code here, but let me delete. And you would place the code right before the head ends. And once you are done, you simply update the file. Well, so yeah, if you have a page outside Shopify, this is what you should do. And if you are using WordPress, you are lucky and you can copy exactly what I did. And let's go back to GetResponse and let's save and publish. All right, so everything is now saved here. You'll be able to track your metrics over here as well. And if you want to edit the design, you can click back here, edit the settings, edit rules. You can do all that. I want to go back to forms and pop-ups, and you will be able to see it right here. So this is why we named it sign up form main page, so that you can, at a glance, you can see where this form is exactly without needing to click and check the URL. And well, now let's go now to our Shopify store. And here we want to go to online store and let's see it. So let's go to customize, and there you see. As I moved my cursor to the top left, which means exit intent, the pop-up just showed, and I have no code. I didn't put any code here. It was all the Web Connect work right here. You only have to enable, and this will be done automatically. And this will work for any pop-up. You will never have to add any other code. And the same goes for WordPress. If you added the code in WordPress once, you only need that. Once you create more pop-ups now, the code is already there. You don't need to do it again. You simply need to change the URL of the page, and the pop-ups will start displaying. As easy as that. Make sure now that you start creating your pop-ups, and now let's see the other e-commerce tools that you can start using to boost your business revenue. We will be heading to segmentation right now so that you can use e-commerce conditions to segment your customers. And to do that, we will go to contacts at the top, and we will go to search. And well, here you can see all my test contacts. And well, when you click on advanced search, add a condition here, you'll be able to start segmenting. And what we want to show is e-commerce. So we can use the e-commerce options here, and I want to track by total spent, all shops. So if you have more than one shop, you can track that as well, or you can divide it by a specific shop. As you can see, you can choose one of those. And I want to track people who spent more than, let's call 40, and I will do Polish zloty as it is the one I'm using for my shop. And well, as you can see, there is one contact. This is just to show you that you can do that, and then you can go to save segment, and you can call it spent more than 40. And you can do the same if spent less, if spent equal, and then you can use automation to then design some scenarios to target this kind of people. And then I will show you that. Before we jump into it, let me just show that if you click on the person, you will see the contact card over here and you will see the purchase made. So this was imported when I connected Shopify, and since I selected to send full e-commerce data, this appears right here. And this is what you want to do as well, so that you can also segment your contacts properly. Let's now go back, and as I mentioned, let's see what we can do in automation to target these people. Just an example that you can use as well. And so let's go to Tools, Automation, and I have two examples here prepared, as I just want to show you how they would look like for you to have some idea on what you could do as well. So we have score based on purchase and promo based on score. So first we will check score based on purchase. So based on what I just did, this segment, you can then do this exact scenario. So what I did here was to use the purchase condition, which is this one over here, and you just drag and drop just to show how the editor works. And then you add your URL here, the thank you page. And once you have that, then what I want to do is to connect with a saved segment. So this will only work in the future now. And there is a way to include the other contacts, and I will teach you how as well, what you can do. So saved segment, let's say that this is the one that I just created. It's a little different as this one I just created before to exemplify. And well, so these are people that spent less than $40. And if this is correct, if they actually spent less, they would go through the green path over here or the left one, and they will be assigned 20 points. So this is a score. So just to clarify, this is a filter, which is this one, dynamic segment. And this is score, which is an action over here. This one over here, score. And well, so if they spent more than 40, they would then go through the red one, and they would then go through this filter over here, which is to check if they spent more than $50. And if that's true, they get 80 points instead of 20. And if they are in between 40 and 50, they would then take this red one over here, and they would then have 40 points instead. Now, let's say that you just imported your contacts and you want to check and you want to assign some score to them based on their purchases. So you can drag and drop the subscribe element over here, and let's say specific. We will select a list here, which will be, let's say, chat prospects, and you simply have to toggle this one on. And you can, of course, select any method, and then what you will do is to save and publish. What this will do is this list will get populated. In order for this to work properly, you need to make sure that on this list there are only people that purchase from you on Shopify. So I'm assuming that you imported your list from Shopify, which are your customers. So someone that performed a purchase on your Shopify store, so they spent already some money. Otherwise, it would include people who spent 0, and they would be assigned 20 points, and we don't want that. So once you do this once and you save and publish, you can let it run for a while, but then you can simply delete this and then save and publish once again, as you won't need it anymore. And this is simply due to the fact that conditions work in the future. So if a purchase is made in the future, so from the day that you publish the workflow, then it will be detected here and they will go through the workflow. That was just a way around it. And now I will just close it and we will see our other example. So this is other condition. So when someone reaches 200 points, they will be sent a message here, which is called special promo, and we will send some very special discount to them, 50%, 70%, whatever you want to do, but something that to show them that you are grateful for them being your customers. And then you can erase the score and assign a tag special customer so that you know who reached the 200 points at some point. And you can segment that in the future then. And as we raise the score, they will go through it again, if they get up to 200 again, they will enter the workflow as we added run multiple times right here. Run multiple times simply means that people that meet this condition multiple times, they will be able to enter the workflow once again. And well, that's all I wanted to show you in automation, and you can take this scenario and use it for yourself, or simply design a whole other scenario, or you even use one of our templates for your scenarios, as we have many, and I can show you quickly where you can find them. So if you go to create workflow, you'll then see all of them here, and you can promote online courses. You can even have something dedicated to abandoned carts, post purchases, everything that you can think about. You can just have a look there. And well, as an e-commerce user, and as you integrated your store, you can also see the reports. So we would click here on reports at the top, and you would go to the e-commerce section. And this is where you will see the general performance of your store, and order history as well here, orders and revenue over time, and you can select a specific time span right over here. And if you would like to download the report, you can do with this data just by clicking on this button. And well, now something else that might be useful for you is to check product recommendations. But something that is also very useful here is that you have access to your data all in one place. So you don't need to be jumping in between platforms to check this data. Now, it's very useful and it will take some time out of your hands. Let's now check the product recommendations. And just to clarify, this is something that you can send to customers based on the best performers on your shop. And I will show you in the email editor how this looks like. So you can send an email to people with these recommendations, and then you can see how did they perform using that tab in reports. And over here, if you are in the email editor, you just go to the e-commerce section and you drag and drop recommended products. Let's say that I want to add them over here, and I want them as in here. I will actually put them at the bottom. And right here, you can then pick a color. Let's see, I will use the same color here to look a little bit better, and so that you can see also how the editor works. And well, if you add, like in here, you can then see the options of this block, recommended products, and you can select the store. Then you can select send recommendations based on all purchases in my store or individual customer purchase. Let's say all purchases. And then if you want latest products, top selling products, and which category, you can also send more than 2, can be 4 or 6. They always come in pairs. And then, well, everything that you can imagine right here, image, name, price, button, anything. When people click on this, and if they perform a purchase or anything else, you will then be able to see that in the e-commerce reports over here. And well, this can then indicate future trends, and well, it's just another window, another way for you to sell more products or put the right ones in front of your people. Let's now go back to the dashboard and let me mention to you some pro tips. So things that you can use because you are an e-commerce user and you are on the e-commerce plan as well. And something that will be very useful are web push notifications. So you can go here, web push notifications, and I already have one created. And if you want to learn the whole process and how you can do it, check the video on the top right, and you will be able to see, and you will be able to repeat it as well. And this is how it would look like. If someone enters your website, they would then see this prompt right here, and they have to accept then for you to send a web push notification. And well, when you send a web push notification, it will appear on the top right corner, and it's very useful to engage website visitors to convert, as you don't need them to subscribe to your newsletter. Another thing that you can do, and you can do that with a paid account, is to simply go to chats, and you can go to the settings of the chat. And let's say, well, you already configured everything here, always available, you already configured your window. Let's assume that you did everything here, and this is just a pro tip for you so that you can know what you can do. You can copy this code over here, you can go to your Shopify account, customize, and then you will go to the code. This is just an example. This might differ from theme to theme, and it's more for you to see the possibilities over here. So you would go to theme liquid. So this might differ from theme to theme. In this theme that we are using, we can go to theme liquid, and here you can search for body. And when you do, you will see where the section starts and also where it ends. And you can place the code right at the end, right here, and we can just save. And now let's see how the page looks. You can go to customize, and you'll see that there is the GetResponse chat right here, and you can start chatting. That's just a pro tip and something that you can use. You should leverage on your store, as you already have access to these tools if you have the right plan. And well, let's go back to GetResponse. And there is another thing that you can do if you are running a specific event and if you need a specific page as well. It will be easier for you to actually go to the website builder over here and to go through the website creation with an AI-powered builder, as you will be able to create a branded page in just a few minutes, and you can use it for a specific event like I mentioned, or a specific page for something new that you are launching. And it's just an easy way and fast of you to get on the market. And that's it, folks. To do everything that we just did in this video, the e-commerce marketing plan is the one that you should be on, especially if you already own a major store with one of the e-commerce providers, Shopify, Magento, PrestaShop, or any other. Thank you for going through the steps with me. I hope you found this video helpful. Good luck, and I'll see you in the next one.